from the government.
And that's how has it been for you since when your period in high school? Because Wangui has actually told us the sort of challenges that she's faced. Has it been the same for you?
Yeah, I would say also it has been a journey. Like for the time it started, I started having self-esteem issues. So I wasn't myself. I would say like pretty much of my class 7, which was 13 years, and all of my high school, I wasn't myself. So most of the time, I would withdraw from other people. So, yeah.
Okay.
Me, I had self-esteem issues.
You had self-esteem issues?
Yeah, because I was looking myself as a very different person. Because you see, when you look at this other person and they are okay, their face is okay, and mine, it started to these white patches and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, every Tuesday we celebrate women who are touching lives. And when I'd even talked to you earlier on when we were planning for you to come on set, we were talking about the way you're reaching out to women with vitiligo. Probably you can share that with us.
As for now, I've reached 3,000 people. I've done 47 counties. The government gives us free sunscreen and eye care and protective gear. So I've gone to 47 counties. I've reached 3,000 people. It's been a journey. You'll meet women who tell you, I cannot look at myself on the mirror.
So there's some women who probably...
They cannot.
They cannot stand in front of a mirror like you and I do it every day.
They cannot.
And look at the mirror and accept who they are.
I've met women who are like that. And I try, even when I tell them, let's take pictures, they're like, no. When we take, I'm like, look how beautiful you are. They don't want to see. I've met women who have gotten it when they're 80 years and 90 years, and what they tell me is, Wangui, I want to go and be with the Lord. I was beautiful, but now I'm no longer beautiful. You meet such women. You meet women who, they just don't have esteem. And it's so hard to try and tell them you're beautiful like me. But there are women I've told you're beautiful like me, and we communicate. I actually keep contact with the people I've met. So I encourage them and I tell them, you know what, you're beautiful. You're very beautiful, by the way. It's just that your skin is not like another person, but it's hard.
Okay.
It's hard.
And just a message that's in, there's someone who's asking, of course, you're talking about vitiligo, and there's someone who's asking, what is vitiligo exactly? Of course, I mean, Esther mentioned it, and you also mentioned it. It is when you have different white patches on your skin. But just explain to our viewers, what is exactly vitiligo? Because I think we left this out when we were beginning.
Vitiligo is a condition where your antibodies fight your melanin cells. It's an autoimmune disease where your antibodies fight your melanin cells, so your melanocytes cannot produce the color that you have, you turn white. It's a condition that comes and goes. At one point, I was fully white at one point, and now it's come back. And then there's a point I'll be fully white again. And
so it comes, like,
your
skin color keeps on changing.
Yeah, it recurs. And, you know, I cannot lie to the viewers that there's medicine, because there's nothing in this world I have not tried. I have tried, and it comes back, and then after a while, it recurs. There's nothing I haven't tried. Okay, apart from Cuba.
Okay.
Yes, I'm still waiting to see a doctor from Cuba because they say they have medicine
that can actually
heal vitiligo.
Heal vitiligo.
But now they have, you see, for S and I, like they'll take her skin. You stay there for a month. They take your skin. They go to the lab and do all that. Then they know what to use for you.
Okay.
It's not the same medicine that Esther will get and I will get.
Okay.
And yes, I thank President Uhuru for bringing Cuban doctors.
The Cuban doctors.
I'm sure they'll help people living with vitiligo, especially people who want to be treated. Like for me, I've accepted it. So it's something I want to live with. And I find it really beautiful.
Okay.
And there are people out there who tell me, Wangui, the Cuban doctors are here. Can you please take us to Kenyatta so that we can see the dermatologist and so that he can write medication for us.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And Esther, you work closely with Wangui because you're talking about reaching so many women. When you meet these women, what do you tell them?
Well, we tell them first to accept themselves, because if you don't accept yourself, you'll face challenges. You know, people will come right, left, and center and tell you stuff, and you'll keep them in your head. So the first thing is just accept yourself and just love yourself for who you are, because God created you for a reason. God created you for a reason why you are like this. Yeah, so, and we just encourage them to just pray to God to give them strength each and every day. Yeah, because it's a journey. We can't say, like, even for us who have accepted vitiligo, we have those moments where we feel like we are low, we feel like people are not understanding us.
Yeah, and you know, I wanted to ask you, like, as much as you're saying that you've accepted and you talk to those other women outside there, are there moments in your life when you look at yourself and you're like, wow, it's I've accepted, yes, but you still have like low self-esteem, or you still have your low moments?
Yeah, there are those moments.
And what do you do when those moments come?
Oh, me probably stay at home. I don't get out of the house. Yeah, I find a way of dealing with that.
Okay.
So I lock myself in the house. Yeah.
Wangoi, what do you do when such moments
I
come?
pray.
You pray.
I'm a very strong person, and I believe in the power of prayer. And I have a lot of those moments because in a day, I'll tell you for free, I'll get 20 to 30 calls from people living with vitiligo. They're just telling me, oh, I don't have rent. Oh, this happened. Oh, I don't feel I'm beautiful. Oh, my husband did this. And you imagine, I don't go to a counselor myself.
So you have to be your own counselor?
Yes.
Then you have to be a counselor to other women that you're dealing with?
Yes. It's a journey. I don't want a counselor. I believe in the power of prayer.
Okay.
It's brought me this far.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Esther, are there days when and I'd asked this Wangoi some time back when we were interacting, are there days you felt like I need to use foundation to hide, you know, vitiligo?
For me, I'm not a fan of makeup stuff. So the earlier I accepted myself, the earlier the better. So I'm okay with it. But this one time I tried putting makeup. Yeah, and the people were like, hey, you should be putting makeup and stuff. But I was like, no. Let me go the way I am. I'm okay with it.
But have you seen other women try probably to hide?
Yeah.
And Wangoi, I can see you agree with that.
Yeah, I'm agreeing because this famous actor from South Africa, the one who acted, what is it called? This famous movie in South Africa.
Not Sarafina, of course.
It's Sarafina, actually.
Sarafina.
The lady who acted Sarafina has vitiligo. And funny thing, when I went to South Africa, she's still acting, but she uses makeup. Okay. She actually, I believe if I'm in the media
industry,
yes, I have to put makeup. And we have friends who are teachers, and when they go to school, they have to put makeup because of kids. And it depends with the career you're in. And I don't think you should put makeup. I think you should actually educate people on what vitiligo is. You know, makeup won't help.
Yeah.
At one point, like I told you, my face was dotted, so I couldn't put makeup because it couldn't hide anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you've tried makeup. You decided, let it be.
Yes.
But now let's talk about, because at the end of the day, people with vitiligo have to use sunscreen, like people with albinism.
Yes.
So the women that you interact with, women who cannot even afford sunscreen, how do they survive? How do you reach out to them?
We have a program that is called Vitiligo is Beautiful. I get sunscreen from the government. It's free of charge from all level 4 and level 5 hospitals, and we thank the government for that. We also have caps and shirts, long-sleeved, to prevent from getting burnt and cancer. And so we've distributed to 47 counties.
So people living with vitiligo also are prone to cancer?
Yes.
No, because of the sun rays,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to provide for them, but it is such a tasking job. I mean, it's not like you own some company, like you make money, you know, it's like you produce money.
Actually, I don't think it's a tasking job. I think it's more of what you love, you know what you go through, and you willing to want the person in that village to go through what you've gone through. So I know what it's like to get burnt. There are days I get really burnt, especially when I go to distribute sunscreen, and I get really burnt, and it's painful. And you get blisters, like really big blisters, and you have to go to Hijabi for them to do laser, which is free.
Yeah.
I still thank the government.
Yeah.
Yes, and I wouldn't want to see an old woman or a young lady or a school-going girl going through that pain. It's painful, really painful. So the government gives us, for people living with vitiligo, we use 30 SPF. For people living with albinism, they use 50 SPF.
Okay.
And there's before sun, after sun. I wish I carried. There's before sun, after sun, and lip balm, and the government gets supplies from Nivea.
So people living with people with vitiligo have to use all these products.
Yes.
Okay. Did your family accept you when they saw you? You know, with you saying you had patches on your face. Did your family accept it?
Yeah, they accepted it, but at first we tried so many things. We tried herbal medicine, we tried putting lemon on the face.
Like you cut lemon,
Yeah,
then you squeeze it,
Yeah.
then you sleep with it?
Not the skin, you squeeze.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and the patches where it's white. So we have tried anything and everything, and it reached a point it was not going off, so we decided, let it be. So I'll say for now they have accepted it.
For now they've accepted it.
Yes.
Are you the only person with vitiligo in your family?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
And for you, Angoy?
I am the only one. They accepted. There's nothing we didn't use. There's nothing we didn't use. And you know, it's hard because we have a page called Vitiligo is Beautiful on Facebook, and it's harder for women, younger women, who have young kids, and they tell you, my kid just developed a patch on the leg, and the doctor said it's vitiligo. And it's hard for me to tell them, okay, you'll get medicine, but at one point it will recur. It's very hard. So what I prefer telling them, just visit a dermatologist. The dermatologist will advise you more. And for me, my family accepted long time ago. After I accepted myself, I did a laparoscopy.
Okay. But then it looks like, from what you two ladies are saying, it looks like the issue here with women with vitiligo is the acceptance.
Yes.
It's the acceptance. So for a lady who walks to you ladies, like, I have vitiligo, how can I go through it? What sort of journey do you take them through? Just apart from telling them you're beautiful, it's vitiligo, you live with it, you need to accept. What journey? Can you just probably paint for us a picture, the sort of journey that you take them through?
Okay, I'll start then. She proceeds. So obviously we contact them, we talk to them, and I think keeping in touch with them, it also encourages them. Like for me, when I met Nje, she came to distribute sunscreen for me, and you know, when you see somebody who has the same condition as you, it gives you the psyche and the happiness and the courage to go forward each and every time. So I think also when you reach out to them and they see that we are not in this alone, we give them courage and we give them the hope that everything will be okay, that they are not alone in this journey. Yeah. You want to add?
Oh, okay. Yeah, when we meet them, we do what she said. We give them hope that they're not alone. Like I told you, in a day, I'll talk to over 50 people in a day. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, and I switch off my phone. And but talking to them, just telling them, you know what, Brenda, you're beautiful. And they'll tell you, nimejaribu kutafuta kazi sipati. Mwambie acha nikwambie, start a business, we'll do this, this, and this. You encourage them and you tell them, you know, it's not about your skin color, it's not about how you look, it's about your passion in life. What do you want to do? Let me tell you, there's a lady I met in Nanyuki. I went to distribute sunscreen. Right now, she's called Penina. Right now, she has a group of over 100 people in Nanyuki. And I didn't give her that task, living with vitiligo. They were at a children's home on Sunday. They went to see children, they distributed food, clothes, and they did everything. It's about your perspective, about you. And I tell you, I'll meet you, Brenda, and I'll tell you, Brenda, it's about you, not me. At the end of the day, we'll leave each other. I'll leave this place. You'll remain here alone. What will you think about yourself? So yeah, when you sit down, think about yourself. You're beautiful, God loves you. What can you do with your life? That, yes, you can't get a job, but what else can you do as a person? And I've tried, and I'm still trying to beg the government and any NGO, if someone is qualified living this condition, just employ them. Let me tell you, one of the things that ladies are going through that is hard for them is jobs. You know, when you don't have a job and you have a husband, they'll probably mistreat you.
Yeah.
And they'll say you're nothing to them. So if you have a job and you have something that provides for you as a woman, you feel like, you know what I mean, you feel you're worthy and you can say something in the house. But for most of these ladies, they don't have job opportunities. They come from very poor backgrounds. I'll tell you for free. Very poor backgrounds. Some are not educated, and it's just hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Even from the way you're explaining it, it's really hard. It's really hard. But then, ladies, let's shift our focus to parents who have children with vitiligo and they're hiding them. You know, they don't want to bring them out and to let the society know that this is my kid and my kid has vitiligo and please accept my kid. Yeah.
Okay, what I'll tell them is don't hide them. Just let them be. If they have any talent that they have, let them be. It's not like the end of the world to them. It's not like, yes, there will be discriminations, but also the parents should start encouraging the kids, like all the time, that you are beautiful, that you can do this. If they have gift in anything, just encourage them to do that gift that they have. If they are good in education, encourage them to, encourage them each and every day in their lives. Kuwafungia si solution. It's not a solution. Yeah, it's not a solution.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll echo her words. It's not a solution because we've gone to houses where we've been chased away by dogs. I'm sorry.
You've been chased away by dogs?
Yes. We come to your house, you're like, no, you're not gonna. We actually also have a family in Kisumu where the mom has it and 5 of her kids. And she told us, my friend, we don't need your sunscreen. I've gone to Nyeri, a place where the dogs were released. We had to run away, by the way. We had to run. That's when I knew I could actually run.
You could actually do 100 meters?
Hurdles, not even, because we were jumping fences. Yeah, it's bad for, it's sad. It's not even bad. It's sad because I've gone through such situation. It's not 1, 2, or 3, 4, or 5. There are many situations. And they tell you, let me tell you, mtoto atoki na ataenda shule. And they'll tell you for free.
So some of the kids don't even go to school?
They don't. And it's one of the hardest things I've encountered going through the 47 counties is trying to encourage a mom, just let your kid go to school. And I'm happy because most of the families I've talked to, the kids now are going to school. And it's sad because I talked to 3 families who had teenagers and they all committed suicide. And it's sad for me because they were girls and they were people I really mentored. And they told them, you're beautiful, but they tell me, boys don't want them. What do you do? I encourage them, but it's like...
Have you reached that point, Esther, where the way Wangwe has told us her experience, 2 men, one saying, "Nikusaidia na kusaidia tu," and another one was like, the women who are after me, and for you it's been a hard journey. Have you gone through that journey also?
No, I've not. No, I've not gone through that journey, but with the condition which I have, lupus, I've gone through it. Yeah, but with vitiligo, no. Yeah.
How was it?
Wow, it was discouraging, devastating, all the bad words, but yeah, at the end of the day, it's my life, and life has to go on. Yeah, so like, for example, there's this, with lupus, since it's an autoimmune disease, there is no cure for lupus. So you have to be in medication to, like, pretty much all of your life. And there is high chances that you'll get pregnant, or when you get pregnant, you'll miscarriage, or you'll not get pregnant at all. So when I told the dude that, I have this and this condition, there's this, and he was like, wow, siezani no story. So he just left. Yeah, at first it was hard, but yeah, I've come to accept, and now I'm so careful with who I namingisha kwa life yangu. Yeah, I don't want that experience again. It's not a good experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just before I get into what you two do individually, of course, you're a nominated senator, nominated member of county assembly, and of course, we'll get to know more about you, Esther, what you do. People are wondering, like, is it just women with vitiligo?
It's harder for men living with vitiligo.
It's harder for men living with vitiligo than women?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've met men. It's hard. It's harder for men. Women accept it easily when you talk to them. When I talk to you, Brenda, you'll accept it. But a man, it's so hard. Like, there's a man I had to tell, please talk of your hair, please wear a jacket so that I can see what you have. It's really hard. Like
So
Tom
it's sort of
told
like
you,
they hide.
they hide. Like
From
I've
head-
known friends living with vitiligo who I thought were really strong. But now I've come to realize they come and tell me, but hey, Wangoi, I'm not as strong as you think I am. I am not. It's harder for us men because it's harder for them to even approach women, to even get jobs again, and to even do their daily duties. It's really harder for men.
So despite working, as far as you're working with women, do you also work with men in terms of working with men?
Yeah.
Out of the people, I've Thika Level 5 has my data. I work with Dr. Modoni, Thika Level 5, and I've distributed to 3,000 to 5,000 people. They're both men, women, and kids, both living with vitiligo and albinism. Yes,
Okay.
and it's
Okay.
hard.
And Esther, have you probably interacted with a man who has vitiligo or lupus, and you try and talk to them and they accept it?
No, it's hard for, yeah, like she's saying, it's hard. But there's one man that I've talked to, and for him, he has accepted it, but at the same time, he's like, may want this thing to be removed. So I'll say like, yuko hapo katikati, bado ame-accept na bado haja-accept. Bado anataka, yeah, alikuanga no like sana, and he told me that there is this doctor in, I don't know where, in Tirol, somewhere there.
Casino.
Yeah, and he was given an injection which it helped him, but still there are some patches that he has. So yeah, he said that he wants not the vitiligo to kutoka yote. So I would say hapo katikati. Yes.
Okay. And Wangoi, let's get into what both of you do separately. A nominated MCA.
No, first, I'm no longer nominated.
You're no
MCA
longer
from
nominated
Nyeri.
MCA.
I was, and I passed a bill there for people living with vitiligo.
Yeah, in fact,
which,
I was actually getting to that. Like, you are a teller. You said you were a teller before.
yes,
Then, because people never used to come to your teller, like to your lane, for banking services, of
Yes.
course. And it made you leave and to join politics. But when you joined politics by that
it
time,
made me stronger.
it made you stronger.
Yeah,
Was that the only option that you had
it was the only option.
from banking sector to the political?
Yes, and I'll tell you, I will still work with the government because the government is the only place I believe people living with different conditions are actually accepted. I'll tell you for free, Safaricom has begged me to go work for them. And no, I will not work with Safaricom. I'd rather work for the government. It is easier, and it is easier for me to push for people like me out there.
So how was it within the political arena? Did people accept you?
They accepted.
And how are you being treated? And when you were there, what did you actually do as a politician when you're in office for people with vitiligo?
When I was there, I passed a bill that periodically, the budget will put, every year, the budget will put monies for people living with vitiligo to get sunscreen in case the national government does not provide. The county governments will provide, and I worked with different county governments back then when we were in the county, and I also passed a bill for you. Okay, this is for youth, women, and people like us to get funds, and then they pay at a very low interest. And the late Nderito Gashagwa actually assented to them before he passed on.
So people accepted who you are?
Some feel, there are people from Nyeri County who tell me they lost a great leader because I didn't go back. And it's God's will. Now I'm serving the people.
Now you're serving the people
and
in
I
a
love
different
serving
capacity.
the people in a different, as a vitiligo ambassador after the Minister of Social Protection and the PS, Susan Muchache.
Okay.
And it's what my heart wants. And I believe the government is going to place me somewhere else. And I believe I'll serve to God's glory and to people living with vitiligo, because I know what it's like to be out there and to have... Brenda, by the way, you don't know. I know what it's like to be out there with no job and you have vitiligo. I know what it's like.
So you don't have a job, you have vitiligo, the society doesn't want to accept you, you can't even look at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah. Note, women, I've met let's say out of the 3,000, let's say I've met like 500 women who cannot look at themselves.
Who cannot look at themselves.
And it's hard. Like, I'll take a picture and I'll be like, Brenda, look. I know I stuck it corner.
They hide.
There are women who have not looked at themselves for 15 years.
On the mirror?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's hard, though I force them. I
Look
tell
at
them,
yourself.
you're beautiful. Look, you look like me. You're beautiful. And they'll tell you, all I want to do is go and be with the Lord. They want to just...
Die and
yes,
let it go.
And you know, you have to encourage, and it is... I think this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. And it's the most encouraging thing, because at the end of the day, I realize I'm serving the society, and I'm giving back to the society, and God is using me to encourage someone who cannot encourage herself.
Okay, we've actually run out of time because we need to pave way for my colleague. But Esther, just like, what do you do on a daily basis?
Okay, me.
As we wind up.
Right now, I'm creating awareness about lupus because not so many people know about lupus. So I can be asked by someone like, what is lupus? And you see, with us, we are not people who tunaendaga kwa vitabu tunasoma. So yeah, right now I'm creating awareness about lupus to just educate people what lupus is, because it's the same with vitiligo. Lupus patients, it's hard for them to get jobs because with lupus, it's also it's an interesting condition. Why? Because like right now, I can be feeling okay, then another moment I'm not okay. So, and let's say, for example, when you are employed and this employer of yours is not understanding this condition, what it is. So not so many people who are living with lupus, they're not working.
Okay.
So apart from creating awareness, we want to come up with a way of where we can the people living with lupus, they can get an income generative activity.
Okay.
Yeah, because also the medicines, they're expensive. Because you have to take the medicines each and every day. And you can get like one medicine in Atoka, maybe 1,000 or depending on...
And you have to take it every day.
Exactly, yeah. And you see not so many people are employed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is what I'm doing pretty much of my daily activities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sitting with you ladies, like, I've come to learn a lot, you know, and also interacting with you and going right here on set. Like, I've come to know so many things about you and what you ladies go through, things that I didn't know, you know, because so many women look at people with vitiligo and they're like, how do you survive and all that? But it's good that you're out there transforming the lives of women and men also with vitiligo, you know, just trying to tell them it's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. So as we wind up, in a minute each, this should be your cameras, the two should be your cameras. I'd like to start with you, Esther. Your word of encouragement to people with vitiligo and also with lupus as we go to Angui and we wind up in a minute.
Okay, my encouragement is just love yourself because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. That was the verse that when I was struggling with my self-esteem issues and depression and all that, God just put it in my heart that He knew me even before I was formed in my mother's womb. And that verse really encouraged me. So I'll tell them to just know that God created them, that God made them in His own image. Yeah, and they are fearfully and wonderfully made. And to the parents also, if you have a child with vitiligo, please, usiwafungie, just bring them out. You know, when ukiwafungia, they will not come to hawatapata commit wase kama sisi, because they will see that they are in their own world. So parents, please msiwafungie, wacha watoke, like come meet people who are living with vitiligo like us. We normally have fun. We are doing great things. So yeah.
Okay. Wangui, as we wind up?
As I wind up, I'd love to say, let's love ourselves. It's hard, it's a hard journey. It's a very hard journey, Brenda, very hard journey. And I pray that God will give everyone strength living with vitiligo. And I pray for people like you, Brenda, who don't have vitiligo. When you see someone with vitiligo, do not judge them.
Okay.
Just give them a smile. Tell them you're beautiful. At the end of the day, what they need is encouragement, just to show them it's not, you know, people take it as, I told you about being a bad omen, a curse.
Yeah.
So when you meet them, just tell them you're beautiful, and we know it's not a curse, and it's not a bad omen.
Because there are people who look at it as
No, actually, I was told to go to Mount Kenya and slaughter a goat, my mom and I. And my mom is a very strong Christian, and she said no. So it's rather you tell them you're beautiful. It's God's creation at the end of the day. God gave me this because he knew I could handle it. And for parents with kids, let them go to school.
Wow.
Yes.
Touching stories, right? There's so much on a social media platform. Let me just sample two as we wind up, because so much. We have Kyoko from Thika who's saying, a morning wa, those are his words wa, very touching. Like your story is very touching, it's encouraging. Then we have Mary, you didn't indicate where you are watching us from. You're saying, good ladies, kindly continue the kind of work that you're doing. So much of your feedback, so much feedback. I mean, ladies, it means like, okay, my director tells me I still have a few minutes just to read the feedback. So let me just take, Ben, if you may allow me, Ben, my producer, just to take probably like 2 more, because I need to pave way for some. Yeah, thank you so much, Ben. So, and the other one is from Ruth. You're saying, good morning, Kenya. Thank you for ensuring that we get information that we didn't have. And then this one is from, this one, is it from Peter? You didn't actually indicate your name properly, but you're saying, kindly continue going to the counties to reach out to men and women who are hiding their children. And of course, Wango, you've said you've gone to all the 47
I've
counties.
gone 47. Actually, I was called by 3 hospitals. They called me and they told me, hi Wango, we do not have sunscreen. But I told them it's the end of the year, so wait for the budget to be read so that the sunscreen is released.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gone to all the 47 counties, and on your social media platform, you have a page for
Vitiligo is beautiful.
Vitiligo is beautiful.
Yes.
And
That's Facebook.
That's Facebook.
Instagram is Vitiligo Ambassador Kenya.
Vitiligo Ambassador Kenya.
Yeah.
And Vitiligo is beautiful.
Yeah, on Facebook.
On Facebook. I mean, wow, I feel so impacted this morning. Like, so impacted, so educated. At least when I go outside there, I hear people talk about vitiligo. Now I know what to say.
Yeah.
Like, I know what to say. They're like you and I. The only difference is the skin.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of potential. Industries, employers who are discriminating against people with vitiligo, kindly stop doing that. They need the employment. You need to encourage them. You never know. Today is them.
Yeah,
tomorrow it's you. So
actually,
you never know.
it's an autoimmune disease. It can get you at any age.
Yeah.
Today it's me, and then tomorrow it might be you.
So
Brenda.
it doesn't discriminate when it comes to
It can
age.
come at 10, 60, 90, any age.
Yeah. Okay. We need to bring this conversation to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Let's continue having this conversation at KBC Channel 1 at Zeda Brenda, SMS line 22162. Thank you so much for your feedback and for watching. I pave way right now for Samuel Njoroge, who's up next to talk about non-communicable diseases that comes during this season that we're in, this cold season that we're in. My name is Brenda Zeda Radito, and thanks to everyone who has made this morning production a success, including my producer, Ben.